is good! Beer is good! Beer is good! It's not!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this episode of The Beer Chasers. I'm Preston, and today we're going to be tasting some beers from the Troegs brewery out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. So this will actually be the second or third Troegs beer I've had a chance to try. In the Christmas episodes, we tasted the Mad Elf, and in trading to get that beer, we ended up with a couple more beers from the Troegs line. So today we have the Perpetual IPA, and we have the Troegenator Doublebock. So the IPA I'm not super excited about. We've just done a lot of IPA tastings here lately, so I'm going to try to remain subjective and put a smile on my face. The Doublebock, though, I'm super excited for. I love Doublebock. It's one of my favorite styles, and I love the opportunity that I have here to taste something that I can't normally get in a store from around here. So super excited to crack that one open. So with that out of the way, we're going to crack the beers open. So stick around, check it out. Perpetual IPA features a malt bill that includes Pilsner, Crystal, and Munich malts. The beer is hopped with Bravo, Chinook, Mount Hood, Citra, Cascade, and Nugget hops, with some of them being run through a hopback. It has an ABV of 7.5%, an IBU of 85. Rate Beer rates it at 99, Beer Advocate rates it at 91. Alright, so here we have the Perpetual IPA. Like I mentioned in the intro, I'm kind of burnt out on IPAs, to be honest. So I'm going to try to be subjective on this one, but hey, sometimes that's the way beer chasing go, and if someone's got to do it, it might as well be me. So let's go ahead and look at the appearance on this. Very, very see-through, very clear. It's like a straw kind of golden color. Looks nice, you know, it looks a little lighter than I would expect. I'd almost expect this to kind of be a session IPA beer, and I don't think it is. I think this is a little heavier-handed. But on appearance, I will give this a 4. It looks, you know, appetizing, makes me want to drink it, so I'm happy with that. It's good to go with the smell. You get that Cascade right out the top. You do smell some malt, but you do get a nice combination of flavors, and it's strong. It's not super pungent, but it's definitely where you want it to be. Like, you want to smell an IPA, you want to smell some of those hops, and you're getting that from this. I will rate the smell at another 4. So the best part, the taste. Cheers. That's really nice. It reminds me a lot kind of that Lagunitas kind of taste, just not quite as malty. You're getting some of the citrus kind of tropical hop flavors, but the malt is nice. I think it's really well balanced. I'm impressed. You know, like I said, I wasn't really looking forward to IPA, but now that I've had this, I'm really glad I have. I'm going to take another sip here. That's really good. They said you can taste some of the complexity of the different hops. I believe they add a couple different hops. They do it in the boil. I know they dry hop. They do some hop back. So there's an abundance of hops in here, but it's not beating you over the face. I think it's well balanced, and however they've done it well. I will give the taste a 4.5. I think this is pretty damn good IPA. Almost perfect for taste. So let's go ahead and go with the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel's light. It kind of matches the color. Like I said, it being kind of see-through and pale and gold, and you wouldn't expect it to be really heavy and thick, and you know that's not the case. It is pretty thin, pretty much right where you expect this beer to be. Very, very crisp, very refreshing. I'll give the mouthfeel 4. So I think that's going to put this beer overall somewhere in the 4.25 category. Damn good IPA. Like I said, I was not looking forward to this, but now that I've had it, I'm glad I have. If this was available to me and I wanted IPA, I think this is definitely one I could go for. So you watch the show, you know me, I kind of like sweeter, kind of maltier beers, but when I do want an IPA, this is one I could go for. So if you ever see this one, I recommend checking it out, give it a shot. Unfortunately, we can't get it here in Florida unless you do some trading for it, but maybe I'll be doing that again in the future. So there you go, that's the Perpetual IPA. Troegenator Doublebock includes a malt bill that includes Pilsner, Munich, and chocolate malts. For hops, the beer includes Magnum and German Northern Brewer. The beer has won 11 awards, including the 2014 Great American Beer Festival Gold Medal. It has an ABV of 8.2, an IBU of 25, Rate Beer rates it at 95, Beer Advocate rates it at 88. Alright, so up next we have the Troegenator Doublebock. Super excited about this one. We're just going to dive right in. So we're going to look at the appearance. Has that brown kind of rubiness to it. This one's very see-through, very clear. You can tell it's been filtered. And it looks very nice. I'll give this a 4 on appearance. Not perfect, but definitely better than some of the ones I've seen. We'll go with the smell. Yeah, that's Doppelbock. You get nothing but sweet, malty smell. You don't smell any hops in there. It's exactly what I would expect it to smell like. I'll give it a 4. I think it's better than some I've had, but not perfect again. So, best part, the taste. Cheers. That's Doppelbock. Just like in the smell, you're getting nothing but sweet maltiness. If there's hops there, I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't any hops in this thing. I don't taste any hops at all. I mean, I'm sure they're there to balance it out. If there weren't any, it'd be super sweet, but it's really good. It's a sweet, malty Doppelbock, just like you expect. Really, there isn't much more to say than that. For the taste, I'll give it a 4. Again, it's not my favorite. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better than some attempts that I've seen out there. So, mouthfeel. It's good. It's medium bodied, and it's slightly thickish, but I'd still say medium. It stays on the tongue like you would expect, kind of a Doppelbock. It's not a swallow and gone kind of beer. The bubbles are the correct amount carbonation wise. It's not like super effervescent and kind of crisp bubbly. It's pretty much where you expect for the style. This is probably the most, I guess, lacking part I'd want to say. I'd give this a 3.5. It's slightly better than average, but nothing that's world class. I'd go out and say, hey, they had the Troegenator and had the mouthfeel and that, oh my goodness. So nothing like that. So I think with 3 4s and a 3.5, it's still somewhere close to the 4. So I'll just call it a 4. Definitely above average. And if you have a chance to pick this up, I definitely suggest trying it if you're in a Doppelbock, and you won't be disappointed. So that was the Troegenator Doublebock. Alright, so those tastings complete. That's going to wrap up this episode of the Beer Chasers. So the Perpetual IPA was a pretty damn good IPA. We ranked it, pretty high up in the 4s. It had a nice balance. It had a lot of hop flavor, you could tell, but the malts balanced it out really nicely. And being a 7-point-something% IPA is something I would drink all day long. The verdict of whether I would beer chase for that one again, probably not, and just simply for the aspect of trading and shipping, it can be a pain in the butt. If packages break, you've got to resend them, and shipping's not cheap. So would I risk all of that and go through the headache of trading for it? Probably not. But if I were in the area where I could find it and I was in the mood for an IPA, I would definitely get it again. And then we finished up with the Troegenator Doublebock. This was a pretty damn good Doppelbock. Again, it was rated, in the 4s most of the way. Would I go beer chasing for this one? Probably not again, just because of the inconvenience of trading and stuff like that. It was a good Doppelbock. I think the ones that I can get more readily available, some of the more commercial ones like Polaner Salvatore or the Celebrator, are better in that style. So I'd rather just go to the store and get one of those. But I'm super thankful I got a chance to try it. I love Doppelbock, so anytime I get a chance to try a new one, I'm excited for it. So Troegs overall, pretty happy with the brewery. The Mad Elf was good. The Perpetual IPA was good. The Doppelbock was good. So I'd be interested to try more from the brewery, so maybe in the future we'll trade for them and see if we can do, a part 2 of Troegs, if you want to call it that. And if I'm in the area, if I'm ever up in Pennsylvania, I get a chance to try it out, I'll definitely try some more. I know they're doing some pretty cool stuff up there. They do like scratch batches, I think they call it, where every month they're releasing some kind of weird limited special release kind of thing. So they're not just kind of hey, we've got a couple beers in our line, and this is what we do, and this is all we do. So they're trying some new stuff. They're trying to be innovators. They're kind of cool in that aspect. So definitely a cool brewery. Everything I've had has been pretty great, so I'd be excited to try some more. So that's going to wrap up the episode. I'm Preston. This is the Beer Chasers. We'll see you later.
Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good, and stop. Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.